Hi, everybody. It's March 26th. It's Thursday. And today, instead of doing our normal tapping sessions, I'm going to do a really great exercise that I really, really love, particularly doing with healthcare professionals, but this works really well with everybody. Um, this is a compassion meditation. Compassion is something that we often think of feeling for other people. Doctors for their patients, nurses for their patients, feeling it for people who are in bad situations, feeling, the opposite of gratitude is, being able to feel compassion for the experience that other people are having that may not be as, as fortunate as your own. And so a lot of times we think about that with compassion, but we don't often give compassion to ourselves. And that's really one of the things I think is the most important is can we give ourselves the same love that we give to other people? Excuse me. And if we don't do that regularly, it is very hard for us to then go out and give our compassion to other people if we're not filling up our own cup. And we maybe have heard some of these words used before, these phrases. But it's a lot of the tools that I do and that I teach are all about giving people the tools to fill up their own cup. Meditation. There's this concept called adaptation energy where every time you meditate, you're giving your body 2 to 5 times the amount of rest as sleep. And that is like your bank account of patience. And you have so much more rest. It's your currency to interact with the rest of the world. The little things don't bother you, not because you tell them not to bother you, but just because they don't, because you have plenty of this patience, this currency to exchange. Similarly, for compassion and giving and helping, you cannot help other people if you do not have enough within you to give. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. And so today, for all the people out there who are taking care of their families at home more than they normally do, for people who are healthcare professionals, for people who are teachers and having to teach through a computer instead of having that immediate feedback of teaching directly with the students. And for everybody else right now who is trying so hard to help other people or think about ways to help other people, or who are feeling hard on themselves for not doing enough. Yesterday in this session, we talked about this feeling, this guilt about not doing enough. Let's all just have a moment to have some compassion. Once we have the compassion for ourselves, we can then extend it outward. And maybe the institution where you're working isn't making policies that you agree with, or they're not making them fast enough. Or you don't think that they're very effective. Maybe beyond the institution, your local government, your state government. Hello. Welcome. We're just in the middle of doing a compassion exercise. So if you want to stick on with us as we do that, I think there's someone joining us right now. And then we can get to some tapping if that's what seems like it will be doing. So anyway, so this compassion meditation is also called a loving kindness meditation. And basically what I'm going to ask you to do is to call on some feelings. This might be vulnerable for you. This might be something that feels a little, you should be somewhere where you feel like you can close your eyes and kind of call up to the forefront some stuff that's very important for you and emotional for you. If it doesn't work for you to do this right now with me guiding it, you can always listen to it later. Or if you're listening, I think a lot of people are probably listening to this later. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to close your eyes and just concentrate on your breath. Just not even concentrate, just allow yourself to breathe regularly for about 30 seconds or so. Maybe you can focus on the rising and the falling of the chest or the air coming in and out of your nostrils, however you want to do it, or you can just breathe regularly. Now I would like you to take a moment to think of the person in your life who you love the most or who you feel loved by the most. This could be family, this could be a friend, this could be a pet, this could be your happy place, this could be your favorite song. It could be your favorite flower. It could be anything that brings you just pure joy, that you have a lot of love for. And it should be unconditional love, not someone that there's, or someone or something that there's a lot of ambivalence, or if you have a fraught relationship with a parent, you don't want to think of that parent, even if you love them a lot. If they bring up to mind negative things, we want to just only have positive thoughts in our mind right now. Kind of the opposite of the tapping we've been doing. So once you take a moment, if you're not ready to move forward, pause this recording until you think of that person or thing. And now I'd like you to think of a specific moment where you felt strong, unconditional love from that person or thing, or towards that person or animal or friend. And I want you to note how that unconditional love, how that feels inside your body. What are the sensations you're feeling in that body? What does it feel like? Is there a tingling, maybe a pressure or a fullness or a lightness? What are your emotions in this moment? And how does it feel to be in this place where you are feeling towards you or from you this unconditional love? And if you haven't quite figured that situation out yet, or what those feelings are, you can pause this recording and take all the time you need to do that. And when you're ready, you can continue. So now I'd like you to hold on to those sensations and those thoughts and those feelings of that unconditional love. And now I'd like you to turn that unconditional love physically and emotionally back on yourself. And I'd like you to sit with it for 30 seconds or as long as you can. It may be helpful for you to visualize another version of yourself that you can direct this love towards. This is difficult for many people, to shower themselves with unconditional love. So you can think about an older or a younger version of yourself. Maybe you can think about that version giving that version of yourself a hug, or maybe placing a hand on their shoulder, or maybe that version is placing a hand on your shoulder. And if you find that the air goes out of your sails, the wind goes out of your sails, as soon as you start to direct that love back towards yourself, just always you can go back, call upon that feeling of love or unconditional love for or from the person that you love the most in the world, how that felt in your body. Try to memorize that and call that back up, and then go back and try to direct it on yourself. And as you're calling upon those feelings of love and compassion and directing them towards yourself, either your own self or a younger or older version of you, internally or externally with a hand on the shoulder, or maybe giving them a hug, think the following statements, and you can either say them out loud after me or you can think them to yourself. And really feel them and really believe them. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be at ease. And now I'd like you to just go back to your breath. We'll just go back to the breath, in and out. You can watch your breath. You can just sit there and breathe. You can let your mind wander, whatever happens. And if you're feeling emotional about any part of the exercise that we just did, you can open your eyes and take some time to recover. But otherwise, we're going to just keep going with this exercise. So now I'd like you to call upon that specific moment where you felt that strong unconditional love from or towards a person or a pet or a place or an object. And now I'd like you to direct your feelings of love and compassion to somebody that you love. It can be the same person that you've been imagining, or it can be a different person. And now I'd like you to think to yourself or repeat after me. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be at ease. And now just take a moment and savor those feelings, giving all that love and compassion to somebody, sending it to somebody that you love energetically. And now you can just take a break from that and go back to your breath. You can watch the rise and fall of your chest or feel the air coming in and out of your nostrils. And now I'd like you to call upon that feeling of strong unconditional love. Really, really savor how that feels in your body, what you feel, your emotions and the sensations. And now I'd like you to direct those feelings of love and compassion to someone that you don't love so much. And I'd like you to extend to them these same statements and these same emotions that go along with the statements. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be at ease. And really just feel all that love and compassion coming from you towards someone that you just don't love so much. Maybe it's a friend you've had a little bit of a falling out with or distant from. Maybe it's an old teacher. Maybe it's someone that you work with that just you don't have a great relationship with. And now take a few moments to come back to the breath. In and out through the nostrils, rising and falling up the chest. And now I'd like you to call upon those feelings of love and compassion. Really, really conjure up how it feels. Feel it in your body. Just bask in it. Just reconjure that. And now I'd like you to direct that love and compassion, those feelings of love and compassion, to someone that you think you might hate. Maybe it's a politician or somebody that has harmed you emotionally in some way. And now I'd like you to do as much as you can to direct your feelings of love and compassion towards that person that you think you might hate. And think, even to them, may they be well. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. May they be at ease. Anytime you need to go back to the person that you feel love, unconditional love for or from, anytime you need to go back there, you can always call upon that place. And now, take a moment, go back to your breath. Watch your chest rise and fall. Feel the air come in and out of your nostrils. Or just breathe regularly. Your mind's going to wander. Don't worry about that. Just bring it right back. And now I'd like you to conjure up, this is our final one, conjure up all that love, that unconditional love for or from the person or thing you love the most in the world. And now I'd like you to direct those feelings of love and compassion to the entire world. Send it out to the rest of the United States, to South America. Maybe you're not in the United States. Wherever it is, whatever continent you're in, whatever continent is above or below you, whatever is across the ocean, north, south, east, and west, send that to the entire world. And repeat to yourself or out loud, may they be well. May they be happy. May they be peaceful. And may they be at ease. Allow yourself to just send that love and compassion out as far as it will reach. You can picture it like a white light or gold or anything it is that you want to use to visualize that love going outward. And then bring your attention back to the breath. Just breathe in and out normally. Or if you like something to concentrate on, you can feel the air coming in and out of your nostrils. the rise and fall of your chest. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to this video. And just take note of how you're feeling right now. Savor it. If there's a positivity, a love that you're feeling, a compassion, anything positive, I want you to just feel what that's like in your body and really, really just savor it. It's really important to note that this exercise, particularly if it's the first time you're doing it, it can have very, very different reactions in different people. So if you went through that exercise and you're bawling right now, you're crying, all this love, you're thinking about the love, great. If you had some strong emotions about other people, but then as soon as you directed it on yourself, all gone, wind out of your sails, great. That's okay too. The first time I did this exercise, when I directed it upon myself, I was actually able to direct it to myself, but I started crying because I was like, that's the first time I've ever allowed myself to send myself that much love and to receive that much love from myself. And it was sad to me because I think I was 36 or 37 at the time. And I just couldn't believe that that was the first time I had allowed myself to receive that kind of love. If you are feeling angry from doing this, or you're feeling skeptical, or I've had a student who all the bad things they'd ever done to harm anyone in their whole life just were on replay the whole time, like a recording while they were doing this compassion exercise. Anything goes here. So if you're feeling an emotion, if you're feeling dead inside, if you're feeling positive, if you're feeling negative, that's okay. It's being brought up for a reason, and do your best to honor that and then let it go. And if you try doing this exercise a couple times a week, or maybe even for 5 minutes every day, you don't even have to extend it out to all the people. You can just work on doing it with yourself. It's really, really powerful, and it actually has been shown to change your brain and rewire the brain and change also the way that you feel out in the world. And it doesn't take you don't have to be a compassion, loving kindness, meditation expert in order to get the changes and the benefits. So next time you're finding yourself feeling mad at yourself for not doing enough, or for not being enough, or for having emotions that you're not proud of, next time you're mad at someone else in your house that you're spending a lot of time with now on quarantine or shelter in place, next time you're mad at your colleagues, your supervisors, your administrators, your government, next time you're mad at the people in your community for not following the guidelines as well as you would like them to, just do this compassion exercise. Have compassion for yourself. Know that you have had times where you have faltered, and be okay with that and love yourself anyway. And it's a beautiful way to start your day. You can do it in the morning, right when you wake up. You can do it at night, right before you go to bed. Or you can do it as needed when you're feeling these negative feelings. But if you do it on a more regular basis, it'll be easier for you to call upon the exercise when you need it the most. I hope you found that helpful. A nice little break from the tapping we've been doing. And we'll be back tomorrow doing more tapping. And if you have any questions of any other emotions that you're having and you don't feel like you want to join in person, please feel free to contact me. You can comment on the YouTube video, or you can reach out to me, info@jillwener.com, JILLWENER. You can write to me there. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.